Alright, another day in the shop. Just got back from work. It is 3:43 and it's about to crack open a Corona, open YouTube, and more skids, uploaded a video. So you know what time it is now.
Big thanks to Rainier, my favorite beer company.
And a clothing company.
Bro,
so I have
get on my level. So anyway, enough of that. This is the content you guys have been looking for. Some dude cleaning up a rusty old fuel level sender, right? I bet you're glad you clicked this video. But here's the before. All gross and shitty. Look at that. Look at that thing, man. Thing's been sitting for so damn long. It's nasty. I can't put this into a new gas tank, so that's kind of what it looks like right now. There it is. A lot better. Not perfect, but good enough for who it's for, and especially the car it's for. So, not bad at all. And I think I might have a new one coming, but I really want to get this gas tank installed so I can fill it up with gas and try to start the car. So there it is. Also real quick, I just want to give a huge thanks once again to 86 Legends. I think their website is 86legends.com. They source a lot of original OEM Toyota parts for 86s. I remember when I was working at Toyota dealership as a car salesman, I would run over to the parts department all the time and try to get some OEM parts because we got cost plus 10%, so it ended up being a really good deal. So I've been using him for some of the harder to get parts for this car. And so go visit the website if you have an 86 and need some rare parts. Like I got my non-cruise control throttle cable from him. I got my manual steering U-joint from him as well. And now I have this new fuel pump bracket because mine is completely rusted shut. The return pipe is full of rust and it doesn't flow at all. And same with the feed pipe. So I was wondering why when I turned the key I wasn't getting any fuel. Because the fuel pump pipes are actually just rusted shut completely. So I really didn't want to spend the time and try to unclog them when I can just buy a brand new part from the dealer. So huge thanks to 86 Legends because now this is one of the last parts I need to fire this car up, and I have it, so let's take a look at it. First of all, there's the part number right there. OEM parts. And here is the new one. It looks so good, brand new, obviously. So, a lot better. So basically, this pipe on the old one, you could see the rust inside here, and it goes all the way up. It's just completely filled with grime and rust, and there's no flow whatsoever. You can't even blow through it. So this is the return pipe coming down, and then your fuel hose from the underside of the car goes on here. And these brand new connections for the fuel pump, which is awesome. There's the ground and the power, and your hookup for the fuel pump wires to the chassis. So this is the old one, like I showed in the last video, but now it's out of the car, and it is crap. These are completely destroyed. They're just rusted, and I'm not going to reuse them at all. This is the one that's actually filled with rust. You can't tell, but this whole pipe is rusted shut completely. Same with the feed, which is right here where the fuel pump goes. The fuel pump goes right here and sort of rests right here, and then the fuel sock goes right there. So this is junk. This is absolute garbage. Plus these threads are pretty wiped out. So junk. This is going to be awesome. So I'm going to put this in my brand new gas tank right now and hook up all the lines and connections, and we should be all set. Put the fuel pump in there as well. So I'm going to get to it. Okay, check it out. The gas tank is now in. You get a light on this. Boom. And there is the inside of the car. So that is perfect. Going to put a, let's see, I don't know, I think everything is all good. I replaced all the lines, and I put anti-seize on the high pressure line right there, so it won't ever get stuck like it was when I took it off. there's the charcoal canister line, which is the vent technically. And then that blue line is the return. So that's that 300 psi super overkill gnarly fuel line right there, 1/4 inch. So going right up in. Let's see if these lines are clogged as well, but I don't think they are because I can blow through them. But I can't test the feed, so I'm gonna put some gas in the tank, and still waiting on a fuel filter, which I have ordered from Rock Auto. Once I have that fuel filter, I can connect it to the engine after I clear the lines and try to start this thing. So that's super exciting. I just don't have, well, I gotta get creative on how I'm gonna put gas in this thing because I don't really have a car to go fill up a gas can at a gas station. So maybe I'll just siphon the gas out of the FX16 and do that. But she's getting there, super close to getting started. Oh, look at this thing. It's a gift that keeps on giving. So right now I have the fuel line, there's the fuel filter going into this water jug, which I've emptied and dried, and gonna be using it for gas. So that's the gas line from the fuel pump after the filter. And then we come in here to this beautiful beast. We have the fuel pump wires. So this being the positive and this being the negative, going directly into the fuel pump. So we're just gonna hot wire the fuel pump to this battery right here, and it's gonna fill that jug with gas so I could fill my gas tank in the AE86 and hopefully try to start it because I really want to hear it run.
It goes. You know what else I'm going to do? It's going to be very daring. Power steering fluid. The dipstick says empty. Oh, needs massive leak.
Alright, so still Sunday morning, still the same day, and we got the fuel tank installed, we got the fuel pump, all brand new lines, everything's good there, the covers are all on, filled it up with about 5 gallons of gas or so, and the gas cap is on. So the fuel system is in theory done. I'm just gonna rob the FX16 fuel filter just because I know that it's fine, and then just hook that up to the car now so that it can have filtered gas until I get my new one. So that's cool. But what isn't cool is the fuel pump is not getting 12 volts. I'm not getting a fuel pump signal anywhere. So we are now in diagnosis mode, which is sick. All the fuses are good. EFI relay is fine. So circuit relay, open relay is my next culprit because it's down in the glove box. I just looked at it and it's not clicking when ignition power is turned on. So we're gonna try to replace it with the one from the FX16 and hopefully we can get some fuel going because garage doors open. They're pretty simple cars and only a few components can make the fuel pump not work. So I could figure this out, it's easy. Okay, wow, so 2 hours of nightmare later, I replaced the circuit open relay. Well, I didn't replace it, I just checked the other one I had laying around. They both did exactly the same thing. They click when you turn the key only, like when you're trying to start it, they click, but when you turn it to ignition power, they don't do anything. And when you're cranking it, it actually activates the fuel pump. But I figured out that I was missing one plug over here, and it was for the like check engine light system. It was this black one right down here, just didn't have it plugged in. And I also didn't have that ground down there, which you can barely see, connected to the intake manifold. And this is just temporary to ground out the intake manifold because I'm not sure the one I have is sufficient. So now the fuel pump works, but it's weird. It only works when I'm like cranking it. I can hear the fuel pump run when I'm cranking it only, and not like just turning the key to ignition power. So that's kind of weird. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, but that's different than like every car that I've, you know, messed with. So just changed the oil. Filter is brand new and the oil's brand new now. So I put spark plugs in it. I think everything's ready to go, which is like super exciting, and I really want this thing to run just immediately. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna put the camera on the tripod and see what it does. Kind of interesting. So I'm excited. Come on! Why isn't it running right? Oh, probably a giant vacuum leak. All right, well, it runs, and man, that was a lot of work for a stock engine swap. Nothing custom, but it's weird when you don't know the history of the car and the history of the wiring, and you didn't really like tear it down. And it's been sitting for over a decade, but man, it has a brand new fuel system, brand new fuel tank, fuel pump, fuel lines, fuel bracket, a refurbished level sender, which I don't think even works anymore because it's not showing on the gauge. But I don't care because it runs. The light and flywheel is super responsive already. I just barely revved it. If you remember that alternator pulley, it has a dent in it, and it's been tearing up the belt. So when I first started it in that video, it sounded like something was like grinding a little bit, or like just wasn't right. Not only is it that alternator bearing is worn, it's like groaning and whining and sounding like shit. It tore apart the belt, so I immediately stopped it when I saw it was tearing apart the belt. Hey, it runs, so I could just start it right now without the belt, with no water pump for a couple seconds, just to show you that it starts and runs now. I'm not sure why it took so long to start, probably because there was no fuel in the fuel rail and it had to prime and everything, so that's probably why it did. And the injectors were bone dry, everything was just like brand new, refreshed. So man, I have an A6 that runs, and I can't believe it. It's been like, what, 2 years since I drove one, so I'm pretty happy with that. I have to find rear calipers somewhere. I can't find rear 86 calipers anywhere. Might have to hit up 86 Legends about that and just, you know, hope that they're not $1 million. But that's kind of a bummer. No one sells them anymore. Rock Auto only sells the right rear, which is interesting. So rear brake calipers. Still waiting on my custom handmade Fortune Auto 500 coilovers. Apparently they take 3 weeks to a month to actually get built. So that's a bummer. But I did get a bride seat that's coming in the mail. I did get T3 seat rails, so that's coming. And I totally forgot to show you guys, I put the carbon fiber hatch on, and I did the Koki taillights and center garnish. So I'm gonna start it real quick and then show you the carbon fiber and the Koki lights, and that will probably do it for this video. Still a lot of work that needs to get done on the car. The complete front suspension needs to get taken apart and redone. but you know, it runs, and that's like perfect. So enough talking. Let's hear it run again. Step inside this beautiful black interior. I have that side torn down. If I was diagnosing the circuit open relay and testing everything down there, swapping out ECUs. I have two 4AG ECUs, but it turned out the one from the FX16 is in there right now, and that works. So that's awesome. The ECU was never the issue. It was that plug in the engine bay that wasn't actually functioning. So I got the red lights in there. You'll notice that is annoying. So I'm missing one red cover for the bulbs, and I don't know if I'm like a huge fan of the red, so I might just take the covers off and run the, you know, just the natural bulb color because it's a little bit brighter. But I thought it was kind of cool to do that. But anyway, neutral. There's the keychain that Danny, the previous owner, gave me. Has like a little Hachiroku and Project D road racing team, and then this like Takumi Fujiwara initial D 25 volume thing. I don't know, it's kind of funny. But anyway, so here we go. Clutch pedal down. Should fire up just instantly. It sounds like a exhaust heat shield is sort of vibrating over here. It's, I don't know, one of these down there is sort of vibrating, but anyway, that is it. Man, that was a lot of work for a not very fast car, but nonetheless, that will be changed in the future. I'm just so happy that it's running, and I totally could have made this video title like, first time AE86 is run in 15 years, but really this engine ran 3 weeks ago. In fact, I used to just daily the FX16 around with this engine, and now it is rear-wheel drive converted, and it is no longer the AE86's inbred cousin, the front-wheel drive Corolla 4AG. It is now a proper 8.6 or 8.8 if you want to be a fucking idiot, and I'm stoked, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I gotta show you the carbon fiber hatch now, because that is sick as well. So, things coming together though. It's awesome. The fuel cap right there. And there's the Koki lights. I just think they look a little bit better with the carbon fiber hatch because of this black surround right here. This is the difference between the Zenki and the Koki light. So basically it's just that upper like black line right there, and I don't know, these just look like a little bit too big, and it adds, the Koki lights adds this center garnish right here, which I think looks a lot better. So anyway, that's gonna get covered in the next video, so I just gotta get a metal plate and seal all around the outer diameter, perimeter, radius, circumference, and I don't know, patch that up. But there is carbon fiber hatch. Yep, I latched that. So, boom. Looks really good. I'm stoked with it. That was a fun job by myself. This weighs so much less than the original one over there. I wish I got a scale to compare them, but Oh man, it was so much easier putting this one on rather than taking the stock one off. So anyway, there's that carbon fiber hatch, looking sick. And no rust. So really, this car is like super rust free now because, check it out. Yes, I cut all this out. So I deleted all the rust in the trunk area, the spare tire well. And so that is gone. All the rust is gone from the spare tire well. You can see I got really close right there to it, and I treated the rest of it with POR 15 and painted over it. So that's junk. There's the junk pile, trash, except for the seat. I refurbish it, but I don't know. Oh shit. God damn it. Spilled fuel everywhere. That's gonna smell nice. So the junk runs. I've been out here for 8 hours now. Gonna go edit this video, and that's it. Next video, hopefully we get more of the suspension stuff in. The coilovers are gonna take such a long time because they're custom, like handmade, so that's nice. It runs. It runs. That's such a good feeling. Anyway, see you in the next one.